Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today with the finale for my hashtag Project Pan update. I will be doing this in 2021 as well. So expect a intro to come in the following probably about week so that I can get the last of my, end of 2020-esque finales up, because some of them I carried all the way to the end, so now I'm trying to get them up in the first week of 2021. But I did manage to finish a couple more things before the end of the year, so that's always awesome. Yay! First empty, I knew I was going to finish this. I just put a little mini in for a primer. This is the Becca Skin Love Glow Elixir. It's like a serum-y primer. I was completely full all the way to the top. I can't get the rest of that little bit out, and it's not enough for a full face anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. When I put it in, it was 11.9 grams, and now it is 8.6. Now, the big mamma jamma of the evening, although it was a little bit of a bittersweet ending, and I'll explain why in a second, is I finished the rest of my MAC bronzer that I repressed. It was in here, as you can see, and now it's mostly a fine layer of dust. But, see, what happened was that last time I had finally gotten around to repressing it, and I realized that I should have just left it alone. It was very crumbly. Every time I used it, I would lose just as much as I used by it just going flying everywhere. So these extra dimension bronzers, I would just recommend not repressing. Save yourself the effort and the heartache. So I thought I was doing myself a favor by carving out the rest of it and using what I could. And I still probably got about the same amount as I would have if I had just left it in here and maybe like crumbled a little bit each time that I used it. And still just left the stuff stuck to the pan, stuck to it. Because as you could see, what I took out, I took all of it out. So you live and you learn. Not that I have any more MAC Extra Dimension bronzers. This was my only one, but I am passing this info on to you. I wouldn't necessarily bother repressing it. I would just crush up a little bit and use it as a loose bronzer. But I mean, even with the, what was it? How long did I use this before I did the repressing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I used it 6 months before I even repressed it, so I got plenty of love out of it. I'm not really that concerned. I finished the Grande Lips Lip Plumper Gloss. There is a little bit stuck at the bottom, but I can't get it out, so I'm just not that concerned. I feel like I used it up, and that's really what matters to me. And where are you? Okay, here it is. Last time it weighed 7.6 grams, and now it weighs 7.0 with just, the packaging. I did take into account the stopper that I have now lost, but the stopper weighed 0.2 grams, so I know what that little thing weighed. And finally, I do have 2 more perfume samples, and I don't know why I only went through 2 more. I think just near the end of the year, I kind of forgot to wear perfume. But I do have 2, so I didn't completely bow out or anything. This is Guerlain's Mon Guerlain and Tory Burch's Love Relentlessly. I can't seem to keep that name in my head for some reason. Used them both up. That leaves me with a total of 11 perfume samples used, which means that is 11 gone out of my collection. That makes me happy. That should be my thumbnail. But I'm not doing that. Anyways, so everything else, I did not have a foundation in here. I finished that last month. So the first thing I actually have to show that still has product in it, if I could get to it, I put all my stuff in a bag down here so that I could actually get my computer up here so that I could do weights and stuff. Okay, everything's pulled out. So first thing is the Hard Candy Color Correct Expert Cream. I am carrying this in next year, because I do believe I can finish it, and I will no longer have to weigh the top because I will do my starting weight without it next year. I actually initially weighed this and it was missing 3 grams, and I'm like, I did not use 3 grams of product in a month. This thing doesn't even have 3 grams of product left in it. It only has probably about 1 gram. So that was confusing for a moment, but Last time I weighed 11.2 grams. I weigh much more than that. And now it weighs 10.9. I used up 3.2 grams overall. So like I said, I believe this has 4.9. Yep, it actually says it on here. And I used up 3.1, which leaves me with the 1.8. Yeah. So, I mean, I'll still have this for quite a bit next year, but looking at the numbers, I actually feel like I got somewhere with it, and I managed to like hammer it into my routine. And the main way I'm going to make sure that it stays in my routine, and the other color corrector that I have, is to put them in project pans and weigh them so that I can see the progress every month, because looking at it, I wouldn't know whether or not this was still full or not. Well, I mean, there's some scrape marks in there, so I can tell it's not full anymore, and it is completely jacked up, so it sure don't look new. But you get what I mean, though. That weight is a way to see progress on those slower products, even if it's only like a little bit per month. You just got to be willing to stick it out through the year and then add up the numbers at the end. All right, so next is the Morphe Setting Mist, and this feels completely empty, but it is still spraying. This probably only has a couple of days left in it or something. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. I had 66.6 grams last time, and now I have 45.5. That means that I have used up 51 grams in total, which according to this means I still have 70, which means I still have 20.4 grams left. How could 20 grams be left in this? This feels like nothing. I take your word on it, though. I'll take your freaking word on it. I have something else picked out for next year in my mattifying sprays. This is just something I use to like settle down powder. But I am going to keep working on this and finish it up. I just really don't feel like it has long left, and I think that weight is a lie. I will be very surprised if it sticks it out through the rest of the month, because, yeah, that means it would take me about another month to finish. Ugh. Anyways, next is my blush. I will freely admit, I didn't use this last month. Oh, I might have used it like twice. There is like this little speck of pan that I don't know if it was there last time or not. But yeah, I gave up once I repressed it and realized, oh shit, I'm not finishing this. I am going to work on this next year, but I want to work on my Benefit blush first. That's in my Young, Wild, and Cruelty-Free project pan. In a blush spot for this project, I'm putting in a cream blush for 2021. So this is going to be where my cream cheek products go for blush and highlighter, actually. I do have another bronzer picked out, so like powder bronzer. Oh, so the weight actually did not change. It was 36.5 last time, and it is the same this time. My highlighter died last month. I told y'all all about that. Next is my eye primer, and I actually have like something impressive to show you. Here's what it looked like last month. I hit pan! I hit pan! Glorious, glorious pan! Y'all, I was not... Once I realized how deep this went, I was not expecting to hit pan. I was not. I figured it would take me into I figured it would take me well into 2021 to hit pan, but maybe it's because I started using a brush with it. Which I use all the product I get on my brush, so it's not like I'm wasting it. But maybe the pointed application of a brush versus my finger helped me hit pan. But just, man, it feels so good to actually see, like, progress in it. Yeah, that's hilarious because the friggin' weight didn't even change. It didn't. It was at 53.7 grams last time, and it is the same thing today. Overall, I only used 1.2 grams of this product because I put this in at the beginning of the year and then took it out to finish something else. There's 5 grams of product in this thing. I'm never gonna finish it. Help me, Jesus. I'm gonna work on a different primer for the first part of next year because I have one way older than this, like by 2 or 3 years. that I should really get used up, and then I will go back to working on this. And until this is gone, I think that's just what's going to happen every year. And I'm not going to buy any more eye primers, and I'm probably going to give away any that I might get in a box, unless it's, you know, something I'm dying to try, which I don't know why that would be a thing. Just because at this rate, this is going to take me 5 years to pan. I hope that's not the case. Jesus. Well, I'm glad for $22 you get a lot of product. You just, damn, I can't finish that. Whatever. Next is a brow pencil. I have the Makeup Revolution Duo Brow Definer. I didn't think I was going to finish this, and I didn't. Here's what the paper progress shows. And here's what I have. This is rolling over into 2021. I suspect I will finish this in about another month or so. We shall see. But I made good progress on it. This is my, I want to say, second to last brow definer product. The ones with those like triangular shapes that I don't like. I'm trying to get all of those out of my collection. I prefer a micro pencil or a powder, which I'm about to show you. I've honestly gotten into the habit of using them together. But speaking of powder, I have the Anastasia Brow Powder, which is also going to roll into 2021. Here's what it looked like last time. And here's what it looks like today. I don't believe it looks too different. I might be wrong. But after this video and before I film the new one, I'm actually going to break this up and repress it. Because I use both ends, that's why the pan looks the way it does. So I figured just for ease, I would mix them together. But I didn't want to do it until this was over with because I didn't want to change the look of it for purely to make it slightly easier to use. We'll talk about this real quick because I sure didn't finish it and I sure didn't have any measurable progress. But it is the Dior lipstick and Rouge Zinnia. Apparently they go by the numbers. It's $7.43. I was looking up how much this was, and that's what I have left, which isn't a lot by any means, but it's very pigmented, and I don't want to wear red lipstick every day. Now I have learned through project panning that I don't need a lot of lipsticks. I have a ton, but I don't need them because I can rotate through the same like 4 or 5 lipsticks and not care. But it's like I want a red, I want a vampy color, and I want like a pinky and neutrally color. And I mean, I have fun wearing fun colored lipsticks and stuff like that. But for the most part, for day-to-day use, I could have those 3 colors and I could just only have 3 lipsticks and not care. I'm not like one of those that feels like I should change up my lips color for every video or every single day or anything like that. I just kind of want it to go with my eyeshadow, which I do like to change up a lot more. That's, you know, where I feel more creative, I guess. So, I went through my lipsticks and I went through them off camera, and I had to chuck a bunch of them, a bunch of really old ones, I will admit, because they had gotten past their prime. So that wasn't fun, but I still have a ton left, and I'm probably gonna have to chuck more before it's over with because they're all like used, so I can't really pass them on. But through years of panning, that is just something that I've learned, is that I don't need a lot of lipstick. That's not where my makeup vice is. My makeup vice is eyeshadow palettes. My makeup vice is powder products, honestly. And I like to try new primers and foundations. So that is one thing about project panning, is that you will really learn what you like to change up from day to day and what you could not give a damn about. So, long rant. Sorry about that. Oh, I skipped a product. I have my e.l.f. gel eyeliner, and I'm not even going to show a picture from last time because I didn't use it. So it still looks exactly the same, and it still weighs exactly the same at 21.9 grams. I have been working on my NYC liquid liner from my Young, Wild, and Cruelty-Free project pan. Honestly, I've been enjoying it more because I don't have to use a brush unlike this. And that's just something that I've learned also, is that I don't like gel liner. It looks nice and everything, but I don't do wing eyeliners because the hood of my eye eats them. So unless I'm really careful and like lay back and let it dry or whatever, I can't really get away with them. And just, I don't find the effort to be worth it. Or hell, I'll do a powder eyeliner and still kind of get that look, but not have to worry about getting wet product all over my eye. So, I mean, I want to say I have two, honest to God, gel eyeliners. I have that, and I have one from Pretty Vulgar that I got in a BoxyCharm box. But that is something I've definitely learned also through panning, that I could never have another one again and I wouldn't care. Next year, I used this as a base a few times under certain shadows, and that worked really nicely. But I would have to dig out like duochrome shadows to pan to really want to use a gel eyeliner on the daily as a base. Which I might do, who knows. Maybe I'll be feeling saucy. Next product is the Sephora Lip Balm. It is still 18 grams even. This is something I'm severely considering throwing out because I don't like it. I've tried working on it in 2 different projects for a year and I still haven't finished it, so no, it's great. I'm gonna chuck it. I don't like it. It's too gritty. It's got too much glitter in it. And I know there are ways to like melt it down and sift the glitter out. I'm not gonna do that. I can't imagine that was, I mean, it was from the Sephora brand. It was probably bought on sale for like $3 to add to an order. I have been using it all year and I'm sure I got the money's worth out of it, so I don't care. I'm throwing it out. I didn't put in a new nail polish because I finished mine last month. Talked about perfume samples, so next we are to body product, which I also did not use. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, and I hate it when people do that in these projects, but I'm just being honest. I like to take baths. This clogs up my drain, so I can't use it. I can only use it in the shower, and because my bathtub and my shower are separate. So, and I've been too lazy to take showers recently. I've had that problem in another project pan where I was supposed to use up a coffee ground scrub and I didn't. I never touched it because I didn't want to take a shower because I'm lazy. And like, it's freaking freezing outside. I want to sit in a warm bath. I don't want to stand in a shower. Something that does have progress, at least. Although I have learned recently that this is changing color because the vitamin C in the ingredients is starting to destabilize. Great. But that just means this will be continuing on into next year, so. This is the Kylie Foaming Face Wash. I went from here to here. It's fairly, stable progress from month to month. It'll take me a few months to use the stuff, but that's okay. I am getting progress on it. The weight went from 176 to 176.2 grams to 160.7 grams. And finally, we have the Verb Sea Spray. The weight went from 59.2 grams to 49.3 grams. So I used this a little bit less last month because I probably washed my hair a little bit less last month. I mean, this probably only has like 2 months left. If 2 whole months, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not carrying this over into next year's project because it's the only sea salt spray I own. I will definitely use it. I literally threw it in here because I needed a hair product and I didn't know what else to put in. So I decided to actually time how long it took me to use one of these up. And it's been 9 months strong. For $18, that is amazing. Oh. And I still have this, the Glow Sticks Lip. What are you called? You are the Glow Sticks Liquid Lipstick in Honey Bun, which I have not touched in the past month. I want to finish a liquid lipstick next year. I think I'm going to go and work on a mini, though, instead of trying to do this full size in a color that admittedly I don't love, and that's part of what's been my block on using this. It pulls a little too brown on me. So I might pass that along or keep working on it on the side. I don't know. or throw it away. I don't care. I got it in a box. So that is it. If you'll stay tuned through the end, I will show pictures of everything that I used. I kept everything, including beauty products. So if you want to see everything that I used up, just stay tuned. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye.